By the way, they're having a longest drive contest on Saturday, August 21st from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. This is to benefit the First Tee of Mid-Michigan. The First Tee of Mid-Michigan is a group that it's actually, overall sponsored by the PGA Tour, and it makes golf available to kids who may not have golf available to them otherwise in inner cities and in rural areas and that sort of thing. And we have a First Tee facility of Mid-Michigan right here. It's the Sycamore Training Center on Mount Hope in Lansing. And so there are adult division, senior division, boys and girls. It's just a simple long drive contest. It costs only $5 of donation, and you get to hit 3 shots, and maybe you'll win. And it's presented by Dean Trailways, and all the proceeds benefit Mid-Michigan. Cheryl Freeborough yesterday was at the Lansing Chamber of Commerce golf outing.
Right.
And making golf available to kids is not just so that they can enjoy the sport, but so that they can better themselves and network and be involved in circles where business takes place. They teach life skills as well at this First Tee facility. And yesterday, what you saw, I think they had 2 golf courses filled up yesterday
Right.
with business people, many of whom that'd be the only time they play golf all year.
Right.
They're really not there just to play golf, are they?
No. In fact, that's the only time I play all year, something like that. Or I do play with my mother-in-law for church. So, but yeah, a lot of networking going on, talking with each other, and afterward, the dinner, there was a lot of that going on. You saw different groups sitting together, so it was very interesting.
I mean, you can't really think of another sport that gets so many business people together in one place, can you?
No, there's not a single one.
Mm-hmm.
And because that kind of sports, you can really have conversations and talk, and you pass each other.
And you're not out of breath normally.
No, you're not out of breath, and you're not sitting in one spot the whole time, like
Yeah.
you would at more sporting events. You're moving around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great event to be able to talk to people.
And you can still wear fancy, fun clothes and look nice and all that stuff.
Wear fun
too.
clothes.
Yeah, so anyway, it's at the Sycamore Training Center, and that is going to be on the August 21st from 9 until 2. So stop by, hit a couple shots. That's another nice thing about this long drive contest, too. Doesn't take all day. You can just pop in there and say hello.
So you could do that. You can just show up.
That's all it
pay
is.
your $5,
Hit
get
3
shots,
balls,
and see how you do.
and you're on your way. They'll call you if you win.
Very good.
Isn't that terrific?
Yeah.
All right. Now, speaking of giveaways, Ford Motor Company has been issuing $50 gift cards as a thank you to buyers who had to wait more than a month for their new Fiesta because of shipping problems. And it occurred to me that there might be an occasion in your business where you had to sort of give something back to the customer to make a situation right because either something didn't go well, or maybe they had to wait, or maybe you just felt that they needed a little something extra. Has that ever happened to any of you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Peggy Doty, what happened?
Well, there's different situations that can happen. I mean, with us, we're coming into a customer's home and, we're selling them something that they may buy only once in their lifetime. And sometimes there's just a situation that occurs, and whether it's we're going to make it right, whatever. We have a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
But typically it'd be something like we'll give them a maintenance agreement on their new system, so we'll come out and tune it up for them twice a year, sometimes give them a coupon, a free service call. And it happens very infrequently, but you just have to let them know that you actually care about their concerns and that you're going to do something about it.
Are they taken aback when they get that kind of thoughtfulness?
They are, quite often. I mean, there's always the few that are just angry and are going to be angry no matter what you do. But most often, I had a lady come in my office a couple of weeks ago that we'd installed a system for, and she wanted to speak to the owner. And she came in my office, and she just expressed some concerns, and she says, I keep telling my husband this isn't working right, and he doesn't believe me, and I wanted to tell you.
Sometimes they just need an ear.
Yeah, she just wanted, and come to find out, she did have a bona fide problem. It was a manufacturing defect in part of her system. But, we had to go out there 2 or 3 times to determine exactly what the problem was. And she was just very, very thankful. I followed up with her after we corrected the problem. And you could tell, we had won her over for life because we actually listened to her.
He probably wasn't too pleased about that because I'm sure he heard about it for quite some time
I'm sure
afterwards.
he heard about it several times. But, I told her I appreciated her coming in to tell us because she just says something is not right. It's not working properly. And she was right. So,
what about you, Bob Hedlund? Your business is similar.
I would absolutely agree. And I sitting here listening to that, did you want to talk to the owner? And that's the thing that I think separates local small business, whether it's plumbing contractor, heating, car, or real estate. When you're dealing with local and not an 800 number, you're not dealing with corporate levels, managers. if we have a customer and there's a problem, you're talking to the owner, either my brother Tom or myself. One phone call, boom, we will correct it. And I think that's what goes no matter what the industry is, dealing with the local, and that's where I'm such an advocate on dealing local, because you put that personal face. It's your name, my name is on that truck, and and Peggy's the same way. You're going to make sure that things are right because of that.
Yeah, and we have the same challenge too, because obviously I'm so out in everybody's face that they know me. So they call. I get calls from customers. I get both good calls and challenging calls, and so they call me directly. In fact, my managers joke around because they try to make the customer happy before they get to me, because I'm going to give it away.
Oh, now we know.
That's the good part of it, is they really work hard to get the customer happy, because they know the customer is going to call me.
Absolutely.
And most customers will, and I want them to call me. I don't want them to talk behind our backs and tell people what a bad experience they had. I'd rather have them call me, tell them they had a bad experience, so we can fix it, so we can do better again next time, and then it won't happen again. Because we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We make mistakes. Things happen. But I want to know about it so that we can fix it. But my managers always try to fix it first.
But if they don't
So-
call, you
Interesting.
don't know about
you
it,
don't
you
know,
can't fix it.
And
fix
that's
the
it.
worst thing.
You
So
can't fix
I'm never offended when somebody calls me with a problem.
You
Never.
get right to the top of a small business, and just think, you can have access to them right here on the radio, too, and in person from 9 until 10 every Wednesday. We're back with our final segment of this edition.
Yay.